According to estimates, 1 in every 5 people in the world hails from China. It has the largest, that's 1.4 billion or 19% of Earth's population. What else is mind-boggling about China? Among the most ancient civilizations and home to the Great Wall, built using sticky rice, it is also the fastest growing economy in the world, which currently stands at nearly $14 trillion in GDP. A soon-to-be superpower, China has also caught on to become a favored international student destination, as per the data from the Chinese Ministry of Education. In a bid to promote their educational institutions, the country has been investing in universities and its higher education system, bringing up the quality of their universities to the level of premier world-class institutes like Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, and Stanford. This initiative is particularly enhanced for graduate programs like the MBA, where its economic rise has met its rising standards of education with a common goal, the pursuit of excellence. So what does it take to get an MBA degree in China? How will an Oriental MBA help in your career? And is it worth it? We'll explore these questions and more. Find out and join the discussion about how to become an MBA made in China. An MBA from China offers several benefits. The Chinese MBA degree is a natural offspring of the PRC economic reforms, which began in the late 1970s. The liberalization of the market sparked the need for trained professionals capable of setting up, sustaining, and expanding businesses. That triggered the growth of ingrown market business professionals, or business administrators. Prompted by the government, 9 universities embarked on a mission to school the future business leaders in China. Over the years, the efforts have multiplied to house over 200 reputed business schools offering world-class MBA degrees. According to the QS World Ranking in Business Management, several Chinese universities feature in the top 50 with the best business degrees in the world. Here's a list of the top business schools and the best MBA programs in China, along with the duration and tuition cost. Check out the top part-time MBA programs in China. And here's a list of the best executive MBA programs in China. Let's talk about the quality of life in China. Financial Times estimates that the weighted salary after getting an MBA from one of the elites, like CEIBS, can be around $160,000. That's a 155% post-MBA salary hike, an indication of the quality of the program. While the cost of living in Shanghai, one of the most cosmopolitan cities in China, is a whopping $670 per month, without considering the rent. Beijing is about $100 cheaper. Here's where the high MBA salaries can help. While the cost of living squares out nicely, the caveat in living and working in China is the stipulation to learn Mandarin to make your stay comfortable. Here's a table that can help you with the cost of living in China. Let's move on to the job prospects after an MBA in China. Outside the more mature markets like US, Canada, and Western Europe, the MBA recruitment boom in Asia Pacific has been growing continuously in the past few years, according to reports. India and China are the leading MBA markets in the region. As far as MBA compensations are concerned, China falls in the top 25 countries, with average yearly salaries in the range of $60,000. Here's the average salary that you can expect after an MBA in China. Most students manage to find a position within 3 months of graduation, and here's a list of the typical companies recruiting from business schools in China. Traditionally, China has been averse to allowing international students to work after graduation. However, recently, in their bid to make China an attractive student destination, foreign students are being allowed to work part-time while studying and upon graduation from one of their accredited universities. This has made gaining internships and job shopping infinitely easier than before. In fact, relaxed visa policies have also been making concessions for graduates from well-known Chinese universities to obtain work permits directly after graduation. without having to prove a minimum overseas work experience. What are the requirements for an MBA in China? Let's take a look at some of the most common eligibility criteria for an MBA in China. Like the other MBA programs around the world, a recognized undergraduate degree and standardized test scores like the GMAT or GRE are a must. International candidates are also expected to produce documentation pertaining to college transcripts, letters of recommendation, and a resume. International students who don't belong to Hong Kong, Taiwan, or Macau are expected to finish HSK scores to demonstrate a beginner's level of understanding of the Chinese language. Unlike most international GMAT-based MBA programs though, the requirement for pre-MBA work experience depends on the university. For instance, Tsinghua does not require a minimum work experience, while CEIBS requires a minimum of 2 years. The average for most Chinese MBA programs is about 5 years. Is an MBA from China worth it? Well, that really depends on what you are expecting from the MBA program. Chinese MBA programs are competitive, and their tuition costs are often significantly lower compared to the North American or even the European programs. Given the growing status of the Chinese economy, it certainly makes sense to get a strong foothold in the networking scene in China and Asia. Besides, you get to live and experience the Orient firsthand. However, there are some hiccups to be aware of. Mandarin is a must to get around. Often, the lack of proficiency in the language can hamper the networking potential of the MBA program. To get around the difficulties and tap into the immense resources of these MBA programs, you should first evaluate what you expect out of your post-MBA career. If you're planning to break into the Chinese or Asian markets, a prestigious Chinese MBA can really help you hit the ground running. Check out our blog archives for first-hand student experiences in China and other relevant information that can help you make up your mind. If you need professional help with your applications, drop us an email. Good luck.